Good morning, rise and shine, my friends. Today is Tuesday, July 16th, and this is Wake Up with KERA News. I'm Katherine Hobbs. Thank you so much for starting your morning with me today. Temps are kicking back up into high gear today and will max out around 102 degrees. Students arrested during a pro-Palestinian encampment at UT Dallas in May will learn their academic fate during disciplinary hearings this week. KERA's Toluwani Osibemowo reports they'll get the opportunity to challenge allegations that they violated university rules.
Some students and professors have called for the UT system to stop investing in weapons manufacturers tied to the Israel-Hamas war in Gaza. A total of 21 people were arrested after UTD officials told protesters to take down an encampment on campus May 1st. Those criminal trespass charges are pending. UTD is now investigating whether the students who were arrested violated the school's code of conduct. Potential consequences include a range of punishments, from a warning to expulsion. Local pro-Palestinian groups are calling on UTD to stop the investigations. For KERA News, I'm Toluwani Osibemowo.
The Texas Public Utility Commission will investigate CenterPoint Energy's response to prolonged power outages caused by Hurricane Beryl. Governor Greg Abbott said it's clear the electric provider wasn't prepared. Abbott is now demanding to know CenterPoint's plans for vegetation removal around power lines and how it will pre-stage workers before the next storm.
CenterPoint must specify actions that it will take in the coming months that it did not take in Beryl that will reduce or eliminate power outages in the event of another tropical storm arriving at the Gulf Coast.
State lawmakers plan to hold hearings next month on CenterPoint storm response. At local government meetings, members of the public have a chance to speak directly to their elected officials. In Tarrant County, breaking the rules at those meetings means you might get a trespass warning. KERA's Miranda Suarez reports on the people who have gotten kicked out during public comment and what that means for their future participation in government.
3 minutes. That's all people get to say what they want to say at Tarrant County Commissioner's Court. Reverend Ryan Price knows this because he talks at meetings all the time. On July 2nd, he took the mic to talk about a death at the county jail.
And left him there face down on the floor less than an hour.
Thank you. Your time is up.
County Judge Tim O'Hare told him his 3 minutes were done.
Jail staff found him unconscious.
Sir, your time is up.
And he died the next morning with inflamed lungs, swelling in his face and
he is now held in contempt. Remove him.
Sheriff's deputies escorted Price out of the meeting and gave him a trespass warning. Price says they told him not to come back for a year. If he does, that's a crime.
People exceed their allotted minutes by a few seconds all the time. And I am not aware of anyone else having been banned over such a minor infraction.
Price says he wanted to finish his thought, and banning him for it is overkill.
If you risk going just a second or two, or in my case, 8 seconds over and lose a fundamental First Amendment right, then yeah, I think that it's deeply troubling.
As county judge, Tim O'Hare steers the meetings, and he has the authority to enforce the rules. His office did not respond to multiple requests for an interview about when he decides to throw people out. Peter Stephenson says the bar should be higher. He's an attorney and assistant director of the First Amendment Clinic at SMU.
Even if you broke a rule and go a few seconds over, I think that's something that really the court should kind of forgive and forget.
To Stephenson, long bans like the one Price got are deeply concerning. According to a sheriff's office spokesperson, deputies decide on a case-by-case basis when to give someone a trespass warning. Those warnings generally last a year, but they can last 2 or more. Stephenson says people should get multiple chances before they get banned.
There's always going to be those people that show up to your meetings and want to be able to say their piece. And that is not a bug. That's a feature of the system. People are supposed to be able to have their say and be able to provide input into the way that government functions.
Not everybody who speaks over 3 minutes gets a trespass warning. On the same day Ryan Price got thrown out, so did Lori Duke.
And working families who look like me, who don't look like me.
Thank you. Your time is up.
don't want pity for the struggle.
Ma'am, your time is up.
I'll finish.
You will not finish. Your time.
To vote
please remove
without
him.
the struggle.
It's 3 minutes. That's the rules. We're going to follow the rules.
Duke, who's a stay-at-home mom, brought her 2 kids to the meeting. She collected them and walked out the door, followed by deputies.
My son was chastising me. Mom, why'd you have to do that? Why didn't you just stop when he said stop?
Duke says she told him O'Hare is trying to silence people.
I had something to say. I made effort to get there, and they need to know it's not easy for people. It's a privilege. I feel privileged to even be able to make it there.
Commissioners Court meets at 10 a.m. on Tuesday mornings. Not an easy time for a lot of working people. But both Duke and Price say they plan to stay involved in county government, even if one of them can't show up in person.
That was KERA's Miranda Suarez. All right, all my fellow soccer fans rejoice because tickets are now on sale for Dallas Trinity FC's inaugural season. Season tickets for the Dallas team went on sale a few weeks ago, but now we can purchase tickets to individual games. Dallas Trinity FC are going to play their home opener at the Cotton Bowl Stadium September 7th against DC Power Football Club. The Human Genome Project was branded as, quote, the world's largest science fair project in the late 90s. It took billions of dollars and more than a decade to complete, and to make the project happen, scientists collected DNA samples from anonymous volunteers who were told the final project would be a mosaic of DNA. Instead, over 2/3 of the DNA comes from one person, identified as RP11. The thing is, though, no one ever told him, and it's raising really big ethical questions into informed consent. You can hear more about that over on NPR's Shortwave podcast. If you haven't made it over to the Modern Art Museum of Fort Worth to check out the exhibit Surrealism in Us, you have about 12 more days before it rotates out. To find out more and what else is going on across DFW, be sure to visit kera.org/calendar. Thank you so much for starting your day with me today. I am so glad you take a few minutes to listen each morning. Be sure to subscribe to the Wake Up with KERA News newsletter, also by yours truly, over at KERAnews.org, and check us out on Instagram and Threads at KERATX. I'm Katherine Hobbs. We'll chat again tomorrow.